My name is Travis Jones. I own a small trucking company. I'm also a driver. I spend about 3 weeks on the road at any given point, and I work about driving and admin. I work about 70 to 90 hours a week
Yeah.
while moving throughout the country. I manage about 3 or 4 drivers right now, and I was looking to create consistency and some type of continuity in my workout and health journey. Was putting on a decent amount of weight from the very sedentary lifestyle that I do live, and it was causing some issues with sleep, and I just overall didn't like the way I was feeling on a regular basis. So work is 24 hours a day, literally, for me, and I needed something that was achievable, but also didn't take me away from the truck too long, and something that I could really stick to. And I got that from working with you.
Okay. Awesome. I appreciate that. And it's great to kind of give a little bit more background about what you're currently up to beforehand. What were some of the things that you're trying before the program?
I have a military background,
Yeah.
and pretty familiar with my way around the gym. But the workouts that I'm used to required me being in the gym for an extensive amount of time, and I just couldn't do that. I was probably doing like a three day split, 6 days in the gym a week, and these very intense workouts. I wasn't really able to keep consistency with that because it just required too much time on the road, especially when I'm using multiple gym brands and things like that.
Yeah, no, that totally makes sense. And what kind of results were you getting doing kind of those workouts? And
so I was seeing results, but not the best results in the time period that I would have liked. So it kills like motivation. Like,
for sure.
I'm going to the gym, I'm spending all this time in the gym, and I'm not seeing the weight loss results. This is probably the first time in my adult life that I've been on the heavier side.
Yeah.
So I don't know how to lose weight. I know how to go in the gym and work out, but I definitely didn't know how to lose weight because it's a problem I never faced before.
Yeah.
Now that I'm in my early 30s, well, mid 30s, it's something that I have to learn how to do. I never had weight problems.
Yeah. Okay. And what made you kind of finally say, you know what, like I think I need to make a change, and I need to do something about where I'm at right now?
Yeah. So I think I'm in the process of wanting to expand my business and really grow and take things to the next level.
Yeah.
However, I know physically that's going to require more of me,
Yeah.
100% more of me, and I was at the point where I didn't have any more to give. So like I really didn't. So I knew a change had to be made, and I live a pretty clean lifestyle to begin with. Right before
Yep.
we started working together, I was a pescatarian, and but I realized I wasn't getting some of the nutritional things that I needed on
Yeah.
the road, and just maintaining a fish lifestyle um, while on the road was really hard, especially when you're in middle America and things like that, where it's landlocked. You're not getting any fish. So yeah, I needed some type of change, and I was really at that point.
For sure. Okay. That's awesome. And how much weight have you lost so far on the program? And how do
20
you
pounds.
feel? Yeah, and how do you feel now compared to before?
Yeah, so I've lost 20 pounds. I feel way better. I did have surgery probably about 4.5 years ago on my spine.
Yeah.
So my back, it feels so much better now that I'm not dragging around all that extra weight.
Yeah.
I like looking in the mirror. Like
Okay.
I do love a good mirror, but like I really do enjoy looking at the mirror. I love hearing my girlfriend say like, "You're looking really muscular." I put on the shirt, and she's like, "You look great." Like that's a great feeling.
For sure.
It really is. And outside of like the vanity aspect, I truly do sleep better at night. I don't some of like the associated health, like snoring and things like that. I don't experience those problems anymore.
Yeah, that's
So
awesome.
it's losing that weight has been actually put on a pair of jeans the other day, and I just went in the store and assumed that I was a 36, and I bought them, and then I went to put them on like a day or two ago, and they were like I had like probably about 2 inches.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so it was a really good feeling because once again, like I've never had the weight gain issues.
Yeah,
It's always been the weight loss issues rather. I've always had to try to gain weight, being like the scrawny little kid.
got it. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's great. And what surprised you the most about the process, just in general?
how simple it was, how
Can you
tweaking.
expand on that a
Yeah,
little bit?
yeah. So I think how making these little changes in lifestyle and being dedicated to it, the simplicity of that. It wasn't like I had to read a textbook or spend 40 hours listening to this meditation a week. It was really like, it really, it was simple and it was very easy to get on board with. And the lifestyle changes were minimal, but like, and I think that's a big part of it. The minimal lifestyle changes that you helped me enact
Yeah,
was, it was these are things I can continue on for the realistic it was, and then your help going through all of these changes, like you were there every step of the way.
for sure. And I definitely appreciate you kind of like recognizing that I was always there to kind of support throughout the process. What would
Of
you
course,
say was the biggest habit shift that made the most difference for you in like this whole journey? What habit shift did you do which made the biggest difference for you?
diet,
Diet. Okay.
diet,
And what
like
specifically is
and
in diet? Is it just prioritizing more of the high protein foods, or
yeah.
was it
So it's
the meal timing?
prioritizing the there was a time when we did a shift where I was only eating once a day, and the fasting, and it really helped me gain that control around food.
Yeah,
I'm telling my body when it's eating, my body's not telling me when it's red. Like so, really gaining that discipline to put into place was the biggest. Like
of course.
it's not your time to eat right now, so you don't eat right now. Like I know
Yeah.
I'm not starving myself, but just gaining that discipline around that area.
Okay. Yeah, that's great. I'm happy you definitely like emphasize that because I think so many people they let themselves be controlled by food instead of controlling what they put
Yeah,
into their mouth. Yeah.
yeah. My body doesn't no longer tells me when it's ready to eat. I tell my body when it's yeah. So yeah.
Okay, great. And then the other thing I want to kind of just like quickly touch on is how big of a mindset think you have to did you have to make in order to kind of get to where you currently are right now? Because obviously you had preconceived notions and things that you believed and thought were true about losing weight, about getting in shape. What did you necessarily have to like break down in terms of negative patterns or negative thoughts that you had around this whole fitness thing that allowed you to get to where you are today? Down 20 pounds, more energy, feeling good about yourself, and et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, so I think there's a couple of like there's multiple parts to answer that question, but I think a lot of it for me is like the lifestyle I live. I live a lifestyle very much so on the go,
Yeah,
and um, the best of options,
yeah,
right? So mindset wise, I had to know just because it's food doesn't mean I should be putting it into my body.
sure.
Just like sustenance versus high protein and like I'm not just eating for sustenance,
Yeah,
I'm eating for nutrition, for energy. Seeing how after fasting all day and I eat and I feel my body really just getting that energy,
yeah,
to carry me on for the rest of the day. That was my mind wise, but also the fact that it could be done in like food deserts, like
yeah,
around the country where there are really poor options for food. I think since we've worked together, I've been to every state in the United States. And
it's
yeah,
crazy.
in the time frame that we worked together, I've been to every state. I think I've probably been home out of that time period, probably about no more than a week and a half. In reality, that's the time I get at home. You've shown me mentally that, like, if I put my mind towards something, it's really, the goal is achievable. We just got to be creative and make it work.
For sure. And how sustainable has this process been for you right now? And then now that you're looking to add on some muscle, what, I guess, like sustainability tips and tricks are you going to be able to carry into that?
So what I put in to my body is key. Like, even if I'm not able to make it to a gym one day, whatever, that doesn't give me like a go ahead to just go eat crap.
Yeah,
So I think the diet part and is really the key to all of this. You know, the
yeah,
muscle building, because you do really great with targeting certain muscles, and you know, for my physique. So one thing that I was really impressed with was how you're looking at my body through a set of eyes with a certain expertise, where it's like, you need to be doing this. It's not one size fits all, in a sense, where it's like, this is really what's going to give you the look you want. Like working on like shoulders and the way my chest is built out genetically,
yeah,
and seeing where I really need to focus, and how I don't think the whole time we worked together I've done just like a flat bench press. Like, I haven't,
yeah,
like, because that wasn't what I necessarily needed. So circling back to like your question, that carrying these things over with me, understanding that I'm unique physically, and there are
yeah,
certain things that I need to do. You know, I'm not in my early 20s anymore, so I don't shed weight very quickly, and I have to watch what I eat a little bit more in my mid 30s. But uh, it's all possible, and I can still enjoy what I'm eating. I think
for sure.
that's probably, like, I can, like, I'm not. My family's from the South, like, very heavy on soul food, and I don't. Not saying that that's what I've been eating the whole time, but like, I've still had very like very a lot of food that I enjoyed, food that I could make at home that was still very enjoyable.
For sure. And one of the last things, because I do work with a lot of people who obviously work like very busy jobs, who are on the go a lot.
Yeah.
And I think it's super cool that you being a trucker and you, so not being a trucker, but being a business owner, and then also being on the road yourself, driving a truck, you were able to find time and have like a really great transformation in terms of, the last 3 months even,
Hmm.
because and then like lose all that weight and start to kind of develop a lot of these positive shifts and everything. What would
Yeah.
you say has been like what have you noticed in terms of like improvement in terms of your work performance, what your addiction?
So I'm definitely sharper mentally. I am
Yeah,
sharper mentally. I've paid attention to my sleep a lot more and making sure I'm getting the proper sleep. But I'm definitely sharper mentally, and I'm taking right now. I'm actually taking my business to the next level. So we're looking at expanding.
yeah,
Prior to this, I got off the, a call with one of our business partners that we're looking at expanding in the near future and really taking the business to the next level.
sure,
I wouldn't. The reward for me taking care of myself is tenfold, you know, like, because I'm able to produce more income, which then allows me to have live a better lifestyle and hopefully get back at home, you know, more often. So
yeah,
it definitely is, the lasting impact is going to go on for years to come.
for sure. I'm definitely super happy to hear that.
Yeah,
This is definitely having like positive ramifications in your personal business as well.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, awesome. So I think that's all the questions I have.